Cressida stood up and brushed sand off her throat, her jeans, and her boots just like glitter. The sand stuck to everything. Cressida tiptoed over Danny, trying not to tickle him with her feet, though he chuckled each time she pressed her boot into the ground. She climbed over a pile of rocks that looked like giant eggplants and stopped in front of a shivering purple cactus with its arm folded tightly across its chest. "Hello there," Cressida said, and she smiled her kindest, friendliest smile. The cactus blinked and frowned. Its teeth were chattering and its lips had a bluish tinge. "I know you are really cold," Cressida said, "but would you be willing to talk to me just for a moment?" "It depends," the cactus snarled. "Did the dunes send you up here?" "No," Cressida said. "I've come on my own. My name is Cressida Jenkins. Princess Sunbeam brought me here to find the yellow sapphire." The cactus stared at Cressida for a long time and sighed. "I'm Corinne," she finally said. She unfolded one of her arms, smiled, and reached a prickly hand out toward Cressida. After a few seconds, Cressida realized the cactus wanted to shake her hand. Careful to avoid Corinne's needles, Cressida used her thumb and index fingers to take the cactus' hands. "With a name like Cressida, you could be a cactus," Corinne said. "All our names begin with C." "I'd love to be a cactus like you," Cressida said, trying to be polite, but truthfully Cressida thought being a cactus sounded terrible. She would hate to be rooted to one place in the ground, even if it meant living with unicorn princesses in the Rainbow Realm. "I'm relieved you've come to find Sunbeam's yellow sapphire," Corinne said. "We are all freezing cold, and we can't just put on a coat the way you can." "That sounds awful," Cressida said. "I'll find the sapphire as soon as I possibly can, and that's why I came to talk to you. Do you have any ideas about where I should look?" "The dunes are hiding the sapphire on purpose," Corinne sniffed, "though you have to be the one to ask them where it is. The cacti aren't speaking to them." "Why aren't you speaking to them?" Cressida asked. She wanted to hear the other side of the story. "Well," Corinne said, crossing her prickly arms even more tightly, "they kept accusing us of hiding the yellow sapphire on purpose. We told them for the 100th time that we don't have it. The dunes called us liars. And then they said our needles are dull and our flowers are ugly. That's when we quit talking to them." Cressida thought the fight between the dunes and the cacti sounded like the arguments she had with her brother Cory. "I see," said Cressida. She wanted to be careful not to take sides. "Wait, did you say you have flowers?" Cressida asked, looking more carefully at the cacti. She didn't see a single flower. With one of her arms, Corinne pointed to several green bumps on her head and chest. "These are our flowers. We can only open them in the sun," Corinne explained. "As soon as the wizard lizard casts his spell, all our flowers shut." Cressida looked at the 3 other shivering cacti standing near Corinne. Sure enough, they were all covered in the same green lumps. "What color are your flowers?" Cressida asked. She imagined the cacti looked brilliant in the sunlight, with their flowers open. "Mine are magenta," Corinne said proudly. "Mine are blue," another Hector said. I'm Claude, and it's a pleasure to meet you. Mine are pink, said another. I'm Carl. Mine are yellow, said one more who Cressida noticed. Look worried. I'm Carly. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. And I bet your flowers are beautiful, Cressida said. I promise I'll find Sunbeam's gemstone as soon as I can. Thank you, the cacti said in unison. Have any of you actually seen the yellow sapphire? Cressida asked. Of course not, Corinne, Claude, and Carl replied in unison. Cressida noticed Tally said nothing. Instead, she cast her eyes downwards and frowned nervously. Cressida thought Tally looked like she had a secret, and Cressida wondered if that secret was about the yellow sapphire. Cressida walked over to Tally and leaned in as close to Tally's ear as she could without getting pricked. Tally, she whispered, can I ask you a question? Tally tightened her shivering arms. She looked so worried Cressida thought she might start crying. Cressida wanted to give her a hug, but that didn't seem like a good idea, given the long sharp purple needles that covered Tally's body. I'm wondering if you know anything about where the yellow sapphire could be, Cressida whispered. What are you two whispering about? Corinne called out. Tally's eyes widened. Nothing, Cressida talked back. And then to Tally she whispered, any secrets you have are safe with me. Do you promise not to tell Corinne, Claude, and Carl? Tally whispered. I promise not to tell anyone anything without your permission, Cressida answered. Tally took a deep breath and blinked back several tears. Well, on the day Ernest cast the spell, it was a very strange year in the little canyon. There was thunder and lightning, the sky got dark, and then the sun vanished. Just then I felt something hot and heavy land in one of my flower pots. At first I thought it was one of the purple rocks that are all over the canyon, but just before my petals shut, I caught a glimpse of something yellow and glittery. I'm almost positive the sapphire is inside one of my closed flowers, but I can't open it without the sun. Tally took a deep breath. I'm afraid to tell the other cacti because they are so sure the dunes have the yellow sapphire, and I'm afraid to tell the dunes because they are already so angry at us. I've been afraid to tell Sunbeam because she's the princess and I don't want her to get mad at me. Cressida felt thrilled. She had almost surely found the yellow sapphire, but concerned for Tally. Thank you so much for trusting me, Cressida whispered. Don't worry, we'll find a way to get the sapphire out of your flower. But I do think I better tell Sunbeam. Do you think she'll be angry? Tally asked. But I don't know for sure, Cressida said. But I doubt that. And even if she is, I bet you two will be able to work it out. Well, Tally said. She bit her lips and furrowed her brow. Okay, you can tell Princess Sunbeam. Thank you, Cressida said, and with that she ran across the canyon as fast as she could, all the way back to Sunbeam. Sunbeam, she cried out, breathless. Guess what? Sunbeam dropped a long purple stick from her mouth and raised her head. Cressida glanced down at the sand by the unicorn's shoes and saw that Sunbeam had been drawing a picture of suns, rainbows, and those riding unicorns. My eyes were so tired from looking at the purple sand that I was worried that even if the yellow sapphire was right in front of me, I wouldn't see it. I decided to take a break. Sunbeam explained. Did you find it? I know where it is. Cressida said, and she told Sunbeam about her conversation with Charlie. Good job, Sunbeam said. I knew a girl who believes in Unitron could find it. The Unitron furrowed her brow. Now we just have to figure out how we can get the yellow sapphire out of Charlie's flower. Without the sun, she can't open it. Cressida had hoped Sunbeam would have an idea. Just then, Flame Bite stamped in front of Sunbeam and Cressida. For a moment it stood still, and Cressida squinted and shielded her eyes from the Flame's Bite's bright light. After only a few seconds she felt as though she had stepped into a hot oven, and she unzipped her yellow coat. Suddenly the flame bite strode and stirred in circles around Sunbeam, flailing its arms and legs as it ruined her drawing. Shoo, Sunbeam said, stamping her hooves. The flame bite shrieked one last time and dashed behind a violet-colored pine tree. Immediately the troll returned. Red, Sunbeam said, the silly flame ruined the best picture I've ever drawn of a human girl. Before I met you, I always thought humans had tails. Cressida laughed, and then, as she zipped back up her throat, she had an idea. Sunbeam, she said slowly, how high can flame bites jump? They can't jump at all, Sunbeam said. They just run around and shriek. And you said they like raspberry seeds. Rosito asked. They love raspberry seeds. They'll do almost anything to get them. Cressida pulled out the raspberry from her portrait, split it in half, and picked a little seed from the corner and threw it as far away from them as she could. Good throw, Sunbeam said, admiring how far the seed had sailed. For a few seconds the seed lay in the sand, and then a flame bite stirred it from a pile of rocks and popped the seed into its mouth. As soon as it finished chewing, it stirred it and ran in circles searching for more. Watch out, Sunbeam said. If it thinks you've feed it, it will follow us everywhere. Fortunately, the flame bite didn't realize Cressida had thrown the seed, and it darted back behind the rocks. I've got a plan, Cressida exclaimed, jumping up and down. But we'll have to get the cacti and the dunes to work together. Sunbeam swished her tail and frowned. I doubt that will work, she said. They've had an argument before, but I've never seen them this angry. I know they are angry, Cressida said thoughtfully, but I think it's possible they can be friends again. Every time my friends and I had gotten into an argument, we found a way to talk about it and make up. If they didn't still care about each other, they wouldn't feel so angry and hurt. Sunbeam raised one yellow eyebrow and shrugged. I guess we can try, she said. What should we do first? Cressida said. The first step is to go to talk to Charlie. Climb on, Sunbeam knew. Cressida quickly climbed onto the Unitron's back.